Biofuels such as ethanol require enormous amounts of cropland and end up displacing either food crops or natural wilderness, neither of which is good. An asteroid or a supervolcano could certainly destroy us, but we also face risks the dinosaurs never saw: an engineered virus, nuclear war, inadvertent creation of a micro-black hole, or some as yet unknown technology could spell the end of us. Pay attention to negative feedback and solicit it, particularly from friends. Hardly anyone does that, and it's incredibly helpful. I am personally a moderate and a registered independent, so I am not strongly Democratic or strongly Republican. I take the position that I am always to some degree wrong, and the aspiration is to be less wrong. I think we are at the dawn of a new era in commercial space exploration. When I was in college, I wanted to be involved in things that would change the world. Even if producing CO2 was good for the environment, given that we're going to run out of hydrocarbons, we need to find some sustainable means of operating. My proceeds from the PayPal acquisition were $180 million. I put $100 million in SpaceX, $70 million in Tesla, and $10 million in SolarCity. I had to borrow money for rent. Selling an electric sports car creates an opportunity to fundamentally change the way America drives. My mentality is that of a samurai. I would rather commit seppuku than fail. Also, I want to be clear that a flamethrower is a super terrible idea. Definitely do not buy one. Unless you like fun. The future of humanity is going to bifurcate in two directions. Either it's going to become multiplanetary, or it's going to remain confined to one planet, and eventually there's going to be an extinction event. I wonder how many dead one-planet civilizations are out there in the cosmos that never made it to the other planet, and ultimately extinguished themselves or were destroyed by external factors. Probably a few. That's my lesson for taking a vacation. Vacation will kill you. If heat death of the universe is the destination, it really is all about the journey. I think it matters whether someone has a good heart. If you are trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. It is a fixer-upper of a planet, but we could make it work. In order for us to have a future that is exciting and inspiring, it has to be one where we're a space-faring civilization. Some people do not like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. The fuel cell is just a fundamentally inferior way of delivering electrical energy to an electric motor than batteries. I think that is the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. They were building a Ferrari for every launch when it was possible that a Honda Accord might do the trick. If anyone has a vested interest in space solar power, it would have to be me. It is obviously tricky to convert cellulose to a useful biofuel. I think actually the most efficient way to use cellulose is to burn it in a cogeneration power plant. That will yield the most energy, and that is something you can do today. My background educationally is physics and economics, and I grew up in sort of an engineering environment. My father is an electromechanical engineer, and so there were lots of engineering things around me. I really like computer games, but then if I made really great computer games, how much effect would that have on the world? America is the spirit of human exploration distilled. Self-driving cars are the natural extension of active safety, and obviously something we should do. Really, the only thing that makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. I think it's very unwise to be shorting Tesla. There is a tsunami of hurt for those holding a short position. It is going to be very unpleasant. I advise people to exit while there is still time. Nobody wants to buy a $60,000 electric Civic, but people will pay $90,000 for an electric sports car. Silicon Valley has evolved a critical mass of engineers and venture capitalists and all the support structure, the law firms, the real estate, all that are all actually geared toward being accepting of startups. There are some important differences between me and Tony Stark, like I have 5 kids, so I spend more time going to Disneyland than parties. You want to be extra rigorous about making the best possible thing you can. Find everything that is wrong with it and fix it. Seek negative feedback, particularly from friends. With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. In all those stories where there's the guy with a pentagram and the holy water, it's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out. The most entertaining outcome is the most likely. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. To our knowledge, life exists on only one planet, Earth. If something bad happens, it's gone. I think we should establish life on another planet, Mars in particular, but we're not making very good progress. SpaceX is intended to make that happen. You need to be in the position where it is the cost of the fuel that actually matters, and not the cost of building the rocket in the first place. I think most of the important stuff on the internet has been built. There will be continued innovation, for sure, but the great problems of the internet have essentially been solved. Going from PayPal, I thought, well, what are some of the other problems that are likely to most affect the future of humanity? Not from the perspective, what's the best way to make money? People work better when they know what the goal is and why. It is important that people look forward to coming to work in the morning and enjoy working. Obviously, Tesla is about helping solve the consumption of energy in a sustainable manner, but you need the production of energy in a sustainable manner. I am a Silicon Valley guy. I just think people from Silicon Valley can do anything. Government isn't that good at rapid advancement of technology. It tends to be better at funding basic research. To have things take off, you are got to have commercial companies do it. The extension of life beyond Earth is the most important thing we can do as a species.